Hello and welcome to another issue of Waterways News on waterwaysnews.com. Thank you firstly all of you that have been now following us on Twitter and on YouTube. Remember, on Twitter we're Waterways News, on YouTube we're Waterways News and Waterways News TV. Well, we're very happy with what's happening so far. We have expected lags as to the daily updates, which is an operational aspect from us, and because we are concerned about our formats and we're stopping to tidy things before the studio arrives, before this presentation that you're seeing is very much more clear cut. I'll tell you, we've got guts. We're shooting this with a pocket camera, full stop, and house lights. So make your own assessments. We're pushing ahead as we would. We are the primary source in the waterways news to the waterways sector, because there isn't one. Beats us if there is one, and will always be that from now on, the primary source. Just look at it. Look at the site, etc. And if that's not convincing you, get a pair of glasses. Anyway, the ongoing stories that happen once news starts. Firstly, the piracy affair. Plenty always on that front. Boy, their activity has increased by, threefolds in the first quarter of this year compared, or year on increase. And everybody's suddenly got interested because all these navies are there. This has been going on for a few years now. In the United States, officials have said, look, the best way to protect these ships is to get your own security to the ship's owners. They say 78% of the attacks so far have been thwarted by the ship's own crews, which they say is by far the most effective way. They've ruled out the possibility of providing protection to commercial ships. They're saying unless one is seized, or in exceptional cases, they're not going to be doing that. The other interesting stories, because of this multinational force there now, is South Korean ship helped a North Korean cargo ship. Otherwise, in civil life, they're not exactly friends. And the main story, the cover feature, it's the, I could have done many really, but I chose to do the launching of a brand new $2.7 million riverboat, some riverboat. It's got space for, it's got 30 cabins, so I suppose 70 or 80 passengers. It's going to be going up and down the river Rajang in Borneo and Sarawak. The owners say that the take-up is already really good. They've got about 1,300 confirmed bookings before the maiden voyage on July the 1st this year. And the interest sparked off by their past customers who've been going up and down the Mekong with them, as well as the interest from people who are interested in the colonial past of the Grand Irrawaddy. An interesting river, and no doubt many cover issues will drop from it. I want to do a cover issue on the company itself, the Irrawaddy Flotilla Company, which started in 1829 or something thereabouts, way back, call it 1902, all right? And they had 650 ships at one time, the equivalent of the Eddie Stobbarts to the trucking industry. They had the biggest fleet in the world. And when the Japanese took over Burma as an act of defiance, the always British-owned Irrawaddy Flotilla Company sunk the ships. Some of them grand old pedal boats. That's got my interest. I'll be looking into it sometime in the near future. Until we meet again, check out the news headlines. Press news and get to the news site. Press your mouse on all those tiny little colored squares on the site. They're there to save space. The amount of captioning and material on them is huge, and mouse over all the pictures, please, because there's more information there. And have a little mess about. Just press anything. If you find some of the links are missing, our apologies. This is all part of the reformat. There are many past issues that have been done, but of course, as we change format, we have to then go back, retrace our steps and bring those into line. All of that is happening at the moment. Should you not hear from us for a day or so, please don't panic. We are on the building stages. We are connected. Our news will always be there in written form. Until we meet again tomorrow, this is Jeet Bahal. This is, of course, your Captain Thoughtful. And up until then, if you do it with integrity, God will smile on you. Tomorrow then. Bye-bye.